Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have this Yashica MG-1 electro. So this is a 1970s late, about slightly like 1975 camera. So this camera is really an old school version and all. So this camera is use this mercury kind of battery, which is like pretty hard to get and all. So but I was really lucky. I managed to get one of them. It's like an equivalent of it. So this camera, to open up the back door, you have to use a coin to do so. Then you just have to turn it open. And this is the battery. It's using the SR44 battery. Alkaline is a 6-volt battery. Just ignore this plastic. Then you can DIY an adapter, something like this. It's just a metal rod, and the battery goes in like this with a negative to the top and a positive button at the below base plate. So to put it in, it's just like this. Okay, because this is the adapter wise, you have to do something like this to prevent the battery from coming out. Then one finger, you have to press it down, use the coin to turn it. Okay, it's tight already. And to double check again that your battery is working and all, they use the battery sign. If you see there's light everything here, that means the battery is working. So I mean, because now I'm in the room, so most of the time it's always slow. So over here, this is the camera. Then over on top the lens here, so this is a 55mm using a filter. Then over here, this is basically the aperture. Then over here on this string here, the innermost string, this is the focus ring. So it's basically to focus the object. On the top here, the number here stands for meter. Then the second number here stands for the feet. And these numbers here is actually basically at what aperture, at what meter range is in focus for what aperture settings that you selected. So with aperture of f16, you have a wider range. Maybe let's say for example here, that means to say that in between 1.2 meter to slightly 2.5 meters, this whole range here is within focus. So basically, to other than that, to load in the film, firstly you have to open this up, and the door is behind here. Basically, put your roll of film in. Then you pull the lid up all the way to this slot here. Make sure that it fits the lid of the tip of the film was stuck into it well here. Once it's fitted well, everything ready, then you make sure that if the film is tight, you just advance it up everything. Then after that, you just close it, put the thing back in. So then over here on the right here is basically the film counter. So as you can see that the film counter now shows is S. Then if you wind one all the way up, it shows 1 and all these things. Because there's no film now, basically even though I wind and all these things, I mean technically it still move. Kind of, it's still smooth, yep. So but yep, just make sure that whenever you advance the lever the time, this thing on the left, the knob here, the winding knob, will move also, like something like this. This is to tell you that it has successfully put in your film in well. Then regarding about focusing on the camera, if you have the lens like this, so basically you have to look through the viewfinder and all. If you see there's something in the center that is a bit yellowish and things like that, so let me see, yep, something like this. Then basically adjust the focus to make sure that, you know, if you see like a parallel image and things like that on the lens, that means your object is in focus. Yeah, something like this. So to around, you have to put the object here, and you have to narrowly put the lens in, and basically the focus. So unfortunately I couldn't really do so because I'm recording this with a phone and it's a bit difficult to do the the tutorial for how to focus. So it's basically you just have to make sure that the orange color thing, the line and the object itself will overlap each other to tell that the image is in focus. So other than that wise, this is the switch to lock the camera and on. Then this is the tell the camera is like in auto mode. This is slightly like it doesn't want the thing to be on. So if you ever hard press, then if you see there's no light, it means that the exposure is correct. If you ever go something like this and you see a slow or something like this, that means you need to have the, let me see, yep, sorry, this time I didn't press it properly. There'll be a slow sign here, whatever. Maybe there's something the battery's contact is a bit already. Never mind. So it's basically, if you see like the word slow, then if it's like over, it means it's overexposed. So once you do your film under 36 already, you just have to flip this thing up here to wind it back. You just press this button down, then you just wind it up all the way until you feel there's no more of like the resistance already, the resistance lesser already. You feel that it's easier to wind, then basically you are finished. You can actually like take out just by pulling the thing up, take out a film and then go for develop. So that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and also please subscribe to my channel, give a comment on what you want to see in the next coming video. Thank you very much and I see you all soon. Bye.